Hello and welcome to In the Game, Qatar's first sports podcast. It is Friday, and that's only one thing, and it's with my two special co-hosts. They are back. Karen, it's so good to have you back, honestly.
Thank you.
Look at the smile, look at that radiance. You are just fantastic.
I'm very happy to be back. I'm sorry I missed the last one with you two. It was a sad day. But we had fun.
We missed her so much, didn't we, Islam?
It was a great show, though. Thank you.
It was brilliant. And my other co-host is Islam. And I hope everybody, like I've all said, watches Instagram, watches Facebook, because it is special. You've been hanging around the walls and watching your students doing all the hard work we saw this week.
Yeah, literally. I took it a little bit literally. just for fun, hanging on the wall. Just when you're a climber, you want to climb everything. So
You've been
once a climber, always a climber. So it's like I looked at the wall and was like, oh, that sounds like something that I can climb. So I'm like, yeah.
I love those jumping backwards and forwards with the leg inside your leg inside. Oh, it was brilliant. I was so impressed with that. I tried to do it myself and felt badly.
At some point.
Karen, what have you been up to? You've been away for a bit. What have you been doing recently?
Well, it's just been kind of the biggest few weeks of my life. I was just hanging on by a thread. But I had assignments to finish for my degree that I'm doing in strength and conditioning. The boys went back to school, so there was all of that back to school prep. And thank goodness they're there once every 2 days, and all the clients really. So just busy working, studying, family, all of that is kind of getting a bit on top. So I needed to take a week out from you two. Yeah. Got my assignment in and I finished my first module. So
I don't know about you, Islam, but I don't think that's a good enough excuse. What had she
What?
I just need another 6 hours in the day. That's all I need.
I'm sure
Definitely.
Your son coming running in a minute, so that's going to be brilliant.
Oh yeah, he'll make an appearance.
I'm looking forward to it.
And Islam, what have you done anything else this week, Karen? Have you gone swimming? I saw there's some pictures at the beach the other day.
Yeah. I mean, normal training is going on 7 days a week, but I managed to get to the beach with the children last weekend, and that was absolutely lovely. The weather's cooling down now, humidity disappearing, so we had a really lovely afternoon last Friday evening. Got there about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was lovely.
Yeah,
really good.
Nice now. It is getting really nice. And I saw you really busy this week, Islam. You've been non-stop.
Yeah, that's basically my life. I've been on a cycle since the beginning of the week. So the weekend goes like, and then the week it's just crazy. So I don't work on Fridays. So Saturday morning we always start with a swim with Tri Club, open water swim at Shark Village with the Tri Club, and then just back to work and training and work and training and work and training and podcast, and here we are.
Very good. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the COVID period and the changes that's happening at the moment. We're also going to do what's really important, because Karen is going to be talking about nutrition, because again, conversation today, and how important it is to make sure you're getting those right things to fight against. What are the important things to keep our immune systems up?
Well, just generally for good health, having a healthy immune system, is really supportive of a fitness program, but also, combating any kind of virus and cold. Eating things that have anti-inflammatory properties, like you mentioned garlic and ginger and turmeric, and on all these really important things to keep our immune systems healthy and active. So I like to kind of incorporate those kind of ingredients almost on a daily basis. Like you'll constantly see me having ginger and lemon in tea and things like that, garlic and most of the food that I cook. Beware. So yeah, it's really important to have a balanced, healthy diet. Just, you know, for the support of your exercise, but the support of your daily life, you know, whether or not you're training.
And you're turning into a specialist, going to university with your strength and conditioning, and we're going to ask you what type of meals that you're preparing at the moment for this.
So right now, I've been working on a whole heap of new recipe cards for my clients. Because, you know, after a while you get bored of the same things, but you need new inspiration. So the last week I have been head into the internet, meal planning, calorie counting for recipes and portion sizing, and coming up with, you know, some nice tasty food that entices people and makes people want to eat more healthy and nutritious dinners every day. And also, you know, preparing bulk cooking, because a lot of people are starting to go back to work and going back into the office or going back to school. I work with a lot of teachers. I know Islam does as well, and they're really long days, and we need something in our fridge to keep us going, you know. So that's been my main focus, is getting clients with some new recipes that they can batch cook, get in the fridge and keep stocked up for the rest of the week.
Somebody done me a special meal this morning, and it was fantastic. It had curry leaves in it. It had mustard seed, and it was what was it called? The hummus things, chickpeas. The way they had done it, it was just so tasty.
You can make the most delicious things out of small ingredients and not many ingredients. That's what, keep it simple and just have some really nice spices and flavour, and you can go a long way. And it's food on a budget as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was fantastic today, I've got to say. So it was, but it's so important to keep that immune system up. It's just making sure that you've got enough stuff for your body.
Of course, like back to social distancing, masks inside the gym. One-on-one training is still okay, but group training indoors is not allowed. So hopefully this won't last for a long time. But yeah, we encourage everybody, if you choose to go to the gym, to try to apply to the social distancing rules and all the measures. Of, you know, the government applies, because the more we apply to these rules, the shorter the whole thing is gonna take, you know, like, because if we don't, cases are gonna increase, and then we're gonna be in this for a long time. So we encourage everybody to apply to the rules, and yeah, just until this whole thing passes and we can go back to working out normally again.
The great thing about it is that Qatar is being careful in making sure that everything is being done properly, and when there is a problem, at least they put things into place to make sure that they can try to stop those areas of where potential of the virus spreading. But
yeah, definitely.
I must admit, Qatar is doing fantastic on that front. With everything, it's going in the right direction, and they're trying to keep everybody safe, which is wonderful. It's like, what now? Let's talk about something else. It's like, what about? And I can ask both of you on this one. Group training, Karen. If I can start with you, when you're planning a group training session, what are the things you take into account?
I take into account who is coming, basically, and what the session is for. Basically, I might have a group of ladies who are untrained, don't have very high training age, so I would base it around anatomical adaptation, which basically means getting them from a very beginner stage into the next stage of training. So I want to do things which I can easily regress if they're not able to perform it, or take further if they show that they can perform the exercise. So I'm really taking into account who my client is, what their capabilities are, their experience, and their likes, I guess, as well, because you know, some people like to have circuit style, other people like more where you basically go around a circuit of different exercises. Other classes like to be all doing the same thing and you lead from the front. So it depends class to class, really. I love group training though. It's super fun, really interactive, and you get a lot out of it.
I must admit, and I'm coming back to you, Islam, because I'm going to ask you the same question, because I got to say again, your Facebook, it's just the highlight of my week. It must you have a
this is by far the best compliment I ever got on my Facebook at all.
Most
it's
people
a highlight.
Are stuff on you, aren't they?
I've got to say, they don't look like they're enjoying it at the time, but it looks like it's fun sessions.
Well, they always say that. They always say we go through different phases of hatred as we come into the the studio. But at the end, so it starts like very, very high, and then it goes higher and higher, and then it goes down at the end of the session when we have like the cool down and the stretches. And I even sometimes like play some relaxing music and turn off the lights, and then it's very difficult to bring them back to life when the music. I'm like, guys, please, I have work.
Yalla.
Hayati,
come on.
Yeah, right. I have some money to make.
Like, we're having a laugh today, but how important is it to have fun? Did people have fun in your sessions?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The fact that I'm there, you know.
No, it's so important. If you don't have some element of fun, you don't come back just to feel the pain. Obviously, yeah, you do come back to feel the pain and go through it, but if you don't enjoy the session, you're not going to get a repeat. For sure.
I mean, yeah, you should be able to have some fun with it, especially if you're still starting. You know, like you don't want to be starting. You know, you're coming from sitting on the couch watching TV, you know, and not necessarily a big fan of exercising, and going to that new thing, and then you don't want people like just shouting at you and like telling you what to do. And then go home, you know, like you have to have some level of like human connection with other people, and this is actually what makes people keep coming back, because it's not just the workouts themselves. Because I mean, come on, Steve, like I can work out, like design a workout for a group training. It's not that tough, you know. Even if you're not a trainer, so you can still do it. But it's how you handle the session. It's how you make everybody feel appreciated, how to make everybody feel accommodated, you know, like connected, and being taken care of, you know. So
it's a social thing as well. It's a social thing, you know. You get to know the people in your group. People might not start as friends, but if you're running good group training sessions, they're friends by the end of your course, or you know, maybe by the end of the month, even the class. You know that, and you create that atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you need to create that friendly atmosphere, because sometimes so people coming to the boot camp or the group training are sometimes total strangers to each other. Like they know me individually, but they don't know each other, right? And then sometimes it surprises me how quickly they can form like a friendship, and then they start like meeting outside the training, and like you know, going for coffees, going for dinners, and I'm like, guys, why wasn't I invited? And they say, I
was going to say they've got their own WhatsApp group chat.
Aaron, everybody's going to see it. I'm impressed with what you've just done there with moving your camera, and then we see you micro.
I'm like, you know, like guys, I mean, I'm there when there's only like sweat and tears, and I'm not there when there's fun and coffee and free food. I'm like, I'm surprised, but yeah, it's a really cool thing, and the good thing about like also when it comes to group training, that's something that I wanted to mention as well. I mentioned before that individualizing the training session is very important, and that concept of individualization, you know, is very important to every client's needs and limitations and history and injuries and all of that. When it comes to group training, of course, that concept is not is not as effective as it's when you're training with only one person. But you as a coach can create the workout in a way that you can easily modify to each individual's needs. You know, so okay, we want to work that muscle. Okay, but I'm giving that exercise that's might be a little bit advanced for this person because I know them, I know what they can do, so I can still work the same muscle in a different way. You know, so the goal is not to make you suffer. The goal is to make sure that everybody's giving 100%, but their 100%, not just 100%. So because your 100% might be different from mine. So making sure that everybody's doing is this exercise challenging for every individual client.
What was the earliest thing that you can remember with sports, and what were you best at? And I'll go to you first, Karen.
Okay, one of my earliest memories of sport was I just popped in my head and I wanted to go. So the second thing coming to my head, I did dancing. So I did dancing for like 14, 15 years, from 3 up to like almost 20. So I did ballet, tap, contemporary, all of that thing, and you know, was quite dedicated. So that's my earliest. Gymnastics as well, I love it.
When you say ballet, how difficult was that? It's like, were your toes damaged or?
I stopped before I got to points. I stopped ballet and I did contemporary after that, and you don't need the point shoes. So that's kind of a more freestyle form of dance, quite modern and expressive. So yeah, I did that after, and I was pretty obsessed with contemporary dance.
And tap dancing. What's tap dancing like? Is it takes a lot?
Yeah, I did it, and I had tattoos, but I don't really remember much. I remember doing a couple of dances, but that was another thing. I kind of just progressed on to contemporary and more modern styles.
Islam.
That's fine. Noisy, I think, for my parents.
Yeah, it would really get on my nerves. Islam, what was yours? What's the earliest thing that you can think of when it comes to sports?
Well, when it comes to sports, my earliest memory was that I was never involved. I was never like, I didn't think of myself as like a, you know, particularly athletic person. Even football, even the basic sports, like, you know, just football and things like everybody does, I wasn't involved. So because of that, I didn't even consider as a fitness career when I was going to college, because this like even outside school, my friends would go and play football and all of that, but I wouldn't even go because it wasn't my thing, you know, like maybe this is the idea that I had in my head is not sports is not for me. So I think that's my earliest memory, that sports, no, you know, I'm gonna go study like some science or math or something, and I'm not gonna do sports.
But look at it now, and and it's a really good point that you brought up, because not all kids are built that way, right? And all of a sudden, if it didn't excite you, but all of a sudden it has now, and it's lit up in your life, where it's everything in your life right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think this can be a message as well to the young kids. Try different stuff. Like don't settle down for the things that people are telling you can do and you cannot do, because people don't know you. Like people you didn't come with like a manual that somebody was reading and told you like you can do this and you can't do that. So it doesn't happen like that. So I think the only way to figure it out is actually by trying yourself. Like, you know, don't tell yourself I cannot do, you know, programming, I cannot do marketing, and I cannot do medicine or whatever it is. Just if it's in your head, you go out and do it. You have nothing to lose, and yeah, like this is how you basically discover yourself. This is how you figure out what you're good at.
Okay, I got a few more questions for you. These are the questions. Okay, Qatar, Doha, and around Doha. Okay, where are the best places for people to go and do training outdoors? What you would suggest to people to go and visit and to trial out? Aaron?
Well,
we're really lucky actually. There are so many places. We've got a beautiful Qatar Hill, which has got a fantastic running track, the Cycle Beach. It's quite undulating, so there's like little hill challenges for you. You've got the Corniche as a couple. I mean, there are parks all over the place. I've actually got lots of running tracks. Even in Al Rayyan, there's a fantastic running track there. You've got Aspire Park, which is fantastic. You could go run down around the Pile even. You know, you could pick a different spot every run and really have great scenery in each direction.
The Corniche is a beautiful place to run, right?
Absolutely. I love running on Corniche. I mean, I've been running along the Corniche for like 13 years. And if I don't do it for a while, like 6 months, and I choose somewhere else, I come back and I think, oh, actually, I love this place. I love running on the Corniche.
And the smell of the ocean, the smell of that, that is just brilliant there.
Yeah, exactly. And with MIA Park down at the bottom of it, you can do a little tour of that at the end. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, that is we used to do the street soccer at the Mia Park. And sometimes we wouldn't finish till 2 in the morning. Literally, we were playing street soccer until 2. We had the floodlights. It was just amazing. And people are in these parks.
This is why I got fired from my old job. when you got time to sleep, we finished playing football at 2 in the morning.
It was just brilliant. We had kids. Everybody's out at that time in the morning, right? Especially when it comes to the winter, because it's such weather. It's such weather. Islam, where's the places that stick out for you?
Desert. The desert.
The desert.
Yeah, come on, it's fun. It's fun. So when I was doing like I was still just starting running. It was quite hard for me to go to the desert because you wouldn't go to the desert to run 4K or 5K, you know. But then run long enough so I can go to the desert and like run for 2 hours and things like that. So yeah, and now I really enjoy running in the desert. This is when it comes to running, and of course it's a short run. I would go to like one of the parks, Mia Park, Al Bida Park, Corniche, Sheraton Park. Like there's so many. Qatar is very nice. It has a very nice track. Actually, 2 tracks. Each one of them is 2.5K, and it has some hills as well. So Qatar is really nice. And for cycling, I always go to the cycle path. Yeah, because it's really convenient. The new cycle path that goes all the way from Lusail, not from Lusail, from Qatar University metro station all the way to Al Khor, 32 kilometers.
They say it's the longest one in the world, right?
Yeah, the longest lane of asphalt in one line.
Yeah, just won the world record for the longest. Yeah.
Aspire for me is just unbelievable. Have you and I don't know if people realize, but there's climbing walls in Aspire. Have any of you tried those out?
Oh yeah, many times.
Yeah, they look good fun. I saw them the other day, and we had one of the we had a guest on the show, and he came.
Michael.
Yeah, he was brilliant.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. But they're quite high, and it's over by the boutique, the Al Zizi boutique hotel.
Yes, yeah, it's over there. And shout out to my homie Michael, who's running the wall. He's
on the show.
He was in the show before. I've seen like a little clip of him. Yeah.
And another question that I want to question. You've all seen Colin Ayling's his sweatband. Have you seen it? What is that? It's like I've heard him talk about it so many times. What is that? What does it do for you, that sweatband?
It cools you down. It's like a cooling device for running.
It's
very high tech.
It's Colin's latest piece of art. We call it. he's he's just sitting there, designing things like that, and then just shocking everybody with the kind of designs he makes.
He's amazing.
All of you are wearing his gear, right? I see you all wearing his very bright, colourful gear.
Yeah, his coat gear is fab.
Yeah. Yes, the mandarin look.
It looks fantastic. I do like the colours. I really do like the colours. And he done a task the other day where he stayed on the bicycle for how long?
I think it was Everest climb. Everest climb.
Yeah, Everest climb. Yeah.
Yeah.
In one go. It was like constant.
Yeah. In one go.
Pretty much, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
Oh my word! It's unbelievable. And and again, we're talking about stuff now. When's this Ironman competition coming up?
For who?
They're all getting cancelled, aren't they?
That's a very hard question, Steve.
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer.
I'm going to come and cheer you on. That's for sure.
You are welcome.
So, what's the plans for the next 2 weeks? What have you got on your diaries?
Continuous training for me. Continuous training. Continuous work. Train. Yeah, that's it. Work, train, coach, sleep, repeat.
What he said.
While you were away, Karen, he keeps on saying to me, I'll tell you when I'm going next time, Steve. I'll tell you when I'm going. And then I see all pictures on his Facebook again, showing him down at... never invites me.
I'll tell you something, Steve. You give me your email. I'm gonna ask my coach to add you to my training plan. So whenever I have workout, you will get a reminder.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll miss on that one. Karen, what's your next 2 weeks looking like?
It's pretty much the same as Islam. Training, work, got obviously family element, college. Yeah, university, that's it. Yeah.
Study.
Yeah, the main 4.
I'm going to ask you, before we finish, I'm going to ask you also, I thought that they were amazing. I don't know, and I'm putting you under pressure again. I don't know if you saw the video, but the dragon boats with Mo and Sandy.
Yeah.
Oh my word, these people are just amazing, right?
Amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's really cool. I watched the podcast the other day when the guys were with you on Friday. It's amazing. It was Saturday, I guess. Saturday. And it was really, really nice. They have a very nice story.
It was a nice story. And you do a lot with the dragon boats, Islam?
I had a team. I did the competition in 2018 or 19, was it? I mean, 2 years ago. I did a competition with the Doha Bay Running Club team, and then I formed my own team, Next Level Fitness team, last competition last year. We competed, and the team did really well, and we are planning to join their competition because they have like a local championship every year. Last year it was at Maya Park, so yeah, hopefully this year we're gonna compete again.
I went there I went to cheer on last time. It was a wonderful competition, and again, it's so much camaraderie, so many people coming together, and that's what I loved about Sandy and Mo. What a great bunch of people, how they're helping others to just face adversities I can't even begin to think about. But
it's amazing. Yeah,
it was amazing. Again, we've come to the end of the show. I can't believe I'm going to miss you both for another 2 weeks.
Yeah. We'll be back.
Same here.
Please posting. Is there anything else that you want to share with everybody today before we go? Because I don't want to go, because I know that.
Well, I can share my bank account details, and if you want.
Good job.
You're such a good man. I've always known you're a good man.
Very generous.
Accepting donation at the moment.
I really can't wait, so that I know that people are going to realize that we've recorded this one, but I can't wait to do a live one. We're going to go back into the studio soon, We've got the studio all ready. We've got the cameras ready. We've got the sound ready. It's going to be great to be able to do a podcast with you both in the studio so that we can have some fun together. It's going to be great. Thanks ever so much for sharing some time with us this week. It has been, honestly, I mean it. It's been, I miss you. I did miss you. I miss you both. I wish it was every week, but I know that your schedules are really hectic, especially you, Karen. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
And we can't wait to pass those courses. Islam, as ever, please just keep on posting. I love to interact with you. I think your Facebook is amazing. What you're doing with others is brilliant too, Islam. Just keep it up, please.
You got it. Don't worry about that.
I'm so glad for you watching the show today. It's always an absolute pleasure with Islam and Karen. Hope you've enjoyed the show. We've had a bit of fun today. There are some serious sides. Just take care of the COVID. Make sure you keep social distancing. Make sure you're getting your diet right, because get this stuff that's helping your immune system, because it's really important. And Karen's an expert in this area. As she said, she gave us some good tips today, which is really important. Just keep it up. We're coming out of this period. Keep your fitness levels going. Keep pushing. Look back on this time and say, I took advantage of this time. It was a time of my life that I really stood up and fought against it. So keep going. These two are pushing you on. We're pushing you on. Have a great week. See you next week. Thank you very much indeed, you two. See you soon.
Thank you. See you soon.
Cheers. Bye for now, everyone.